Frostpunk, one of the most unique games ever made. It has an incredible balance of city builder, survival, and storytelling, unlike any other game I've ever seen. And the game received tremendous support the first couple of years of release, but has since died down. But is that because the game was overrated, or is it now just a hidden gem? That is what we're gonna find out today. We're gonna go over the gameplay mechanics, the progression system, and everything else you need to know before deciding whether or not to buy the game. So let's get into it. Now, the game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where a volcanic winter has plunged the earth into a new ice age, and the game's setting is hauntingly beautiful. The frozen wasteland where the last remnants of humanity struggle to survive. The atmosphere is intense and grim, capturing the dire stakes of this new frozen world. Now, at its core, Frostpunk is about managing the last city on earth. You need to balance resources, make tough moral decisions, and ensure the survival of your citizens. This is done by focusing on building and maintaining a city capable of withstanding the harsh climate, while keeping your citizens happy and hopeful. And the world of Frostpunk is immersive and dynamic. It is filled with small, intricate details that really bring the landscape to life. And one of these unique aspects is the game's emphasis on difficult choices. You as the player are constantly faced with moral dilemmas that can have far-reaching consequences, and with a great blend of survival, strategy, city building, and storytelling, the game provides a great balance, as you cannot focus on just one of them. A typical playthrough in Frostpunk might start off with allocating workers to gather coal, and as the day progresses, you might need to decide to build a new medical post to deal with rising illness due to how cold it is. However, your resources are extremely limited, so you might have to choose between expanding your coal supply or ensuring that your citizens stay healthy. And then at nighttime, the temperature will drop even more, requiring you to increase the generator's power, which in turn consumes more coal. So balancing these demands while planning for future expansions is the heart of the game, while also dealing with the unforeseen events like a sudden cold snap or a food shortage right in the middle of an expansion. And all of this is integrated in the gameplay mechanics. You have the temperature management, keeping your citizens warm, especially at night. You have the law and order. You need to make laws that dictate the citizens' operation and social structure. An example of this is whether or not you want to enact child labor, which will definitely come with its pros and cons. And while doing all of this gameplay mechanics wise, you will also be a part and affect the main storyline of the game. The game will throw various scenarios at you, and you must then decide what action to take. Do you want to risk sending out exploration looking for more resources? And these side quests can provide additional resources, influence, or hope, and can really add to the overarching narrative. And the game is definitely known for its challenging gameplay. The game will not hold your hand in any way, and can be quite overwhelming for a newcomer. Now, if you do have experience in similar games like this, you'll be fine. But if the only other games you ever played was Minecraft and Fortnite, this might be a new ball game for you. This also ties into the game modes. You have the main story mode, which I would recommend at first gameplay, but then you also have the endless mode, survivor mode, and scenario mode. These are equivalent to sandbox, peaceful, or extra hard, so there's definitely multiple choices. Now, one of the best features of the game is the overall feeling and immersion you get, and this is seen in the graphics, sound, and atmosphere. First of all, the graphics. It is stunning and really detailed, and even for an older game now, it is still very impressive, and the dynamic weather effects really add to the realism and intensity of the game. And after the graphics, we have the sound design, and it is exceptional. It is haunting and atmospheric, and it perfectly complements the bleak setting. You have the ambient sounds of the wind howling, the generator rumbling, and the citizens going about their daily tasks, and it makes you really feel like you're a part of the experience. And this leads to an overall atmosphere of constant tension and urgency. The combinations of the game's visual, sound, and challenging gameplay creates a gripping and immersive experience. But with all that said, let's grade the game, shall we? The first thing we're grading on is the gameplay. Here I give it a 9 out of 10. And the game offers a really deeply engaging and challenging gameplay loop that will require you to make tough, impactful decisions. This could be seen in the balance between managing resources, keeping your population happy, and expanding your city. And with multiple different game modes, where you can choose to either make the game extremely easy or incredibly hard, all adds to a really unique playthrough. The next thing we're grading on is the graphics and immersion, and it is a stunning game. So here I graded an 8 out of 10. Even after all these years, it is still a detailed design that will fully immerse you, and the sound design will further enhance this, making the environment feel alive and relentlessly harsh. And the final thing we're grading on is the replayability and progression. So here I give it a 7 out of 10. Now, Frostpunk won't have the same amount of replayability as other survival games, just due to the fact that it's also story based. Now, in every playthrough you can make different decisions that will also change the outcome. However, once you are quite familiar with the scenarios, you might find replaying it kind of boring. But the progression of the overall game and the feeling you have in the first playthrough is incredible. So the overall grade of Frostpunk is an 8 out of 10. And Frostpunk is a standout title in the city building and survival genre, with difficult and challenging gameplay mechanics that ensures that every decision counts. So if you're up for an engaging gameplay loop, combined with stunning graphics and the harsh reality of a frozen apocalypse, Frostpunk will be the game for you. Now with a retail price of $30, it is definitely worth it. However, do pay attention because the game is quite often on sale. But I hands down do really recommend buying Frostpunk. Now, if you're still looking for more games to play, check out the video on the screen now, as that will contain a massive list of my favorite games to play on PC. So click that now and I'll see you over there.